My name is Claire. It's my daughter Anna. She's been a part of the program here at the AMA for the last
2.5 years.
2.5 years. I don't think the program was supposed to be that long.
No.
But we had some COVID, so it got drawn out a little. I saw a flyer. I think Janine Edwards had sent it to me because she thought that Anna would be interested in it. Yeah. And so we reached out and we came to look around, and Anna just really loved the place. At first when I said to her, "Hey Anna, do you think this might be something you want to do?" She was like, "Maybe. Yeah, sure, we can check it out."
It was that week of summer where you just have a bunch of camps, and then Janine kept sending you flyers for like camps and stuff because she'd send her kids to them.
Mm-hmm. I had seen it advertised before in previous years, but I never really thought of it for Anna. But at that time, I could tell that she was really getting into music. She was playing the guitar, and she knows a little piano, and she was playing drums a little bit. She liked to sing. She was doing drama and that kind of thing. And I just thought it was something that she would really enjoy. And then when we came and we saw the facility, she was just like, wow. We did not expect to see what we saw, I don't think. I mean, to come into this world-class facility in Anguilla was amazing.
It was supposed to be a school year from, I think, it was like the middle of September, and it was supposed to end in June. But, that didn't happen. So we came back in, I think, December through February, and then we went away again. And then we came back.
So what do you do? What do you do when you come here? When I drop you off, what are you doing?
Well, we learned the like more computery elements first. Like they walk you through. We started on Logic, and they walk you through Logic, and then you move from Logic to Pro Tools, and you learn how all the equipment works. And then you start actually recording stuff with the equipment.
And what is Logic and Pro Tools?
They're mixing format software. So you take recorded things and put them, you record stems and then you put them into the program, and then you can do what you want with them once they're in the program.
Do you think you've learned a lot?
I guess so, because, yeah.
So what have you been working on this whole time?
Well, the first thing we did was a project where we took loops that were already in the Logic thing, in the thing you could pick from them, and we had to make stuff out of them, like beats and songs. And then from there we did it again, but this time we added things like reverb and delay, and we looked at how they the effects that you can use, and we looked at how they alter something, and how to put them together. When we did vocals, we worked on compression a lot, because you have to compress the vocals so you don't get like how do you explain it? Sometimes when you speak, you get like wisps and sounds. There's or like higher pitched things.
So like cleaning it up.
Yeah, you can gauge what goes into the thing. There's a pop filter on the mic that we use that'll help with that, but it's just easier to go in again and fix it up.
You guys talking to a complete layperson. I have no idea what any of that meant. So when you're all done, are we gonna hear like a song that you guys made, that you recorded, and that you engineered?
Well, there is one that you just haven't listened to.
So you just haven't let me hear it yet.
No, you just keep forgetting.
Oh. I'm gonna listen to it when we get home.
No.
So what other stuff do you do here? Just the engineering and stuff, or do you get to help out with the instruments? Have you had to do any of that?
When we record for our own projects, we had to find the first time we played. So the people that were in the original set of the first class that probably would have finished the year, you know, if we had not COVID did. But there was we all played enough instruments to be able to put something together, so we did a cover. And then the second song that we did, that we're working on now for the final project, we had to organize and call in musicians to do stuff because it was supposed to be more of a professional outlook aspect, just for future reference if the job was chosen.
So you got to work with some of the local musicians?
Yeah. It was fun. I got two of them were my teachers, so I asked them, and they very kindly came and did some work with us.
And who was that?
Joshua and Mr. Hazel came. But we did work with them, and they've done studio work before, and they were very patient with us, and it was nice. Yeah, but we had to set up all the stuff before they got there, and we had to make sure that we were ready when they got there so that we could do a check and fix all their levels and stuff. And then we would record, and then record again, and then probably another time just for good measure, and put them in a playlist on Pro Tools so we could pick which one we wanted.
So like the whole process then, setting up and recording, like it was like a real event.
Yeah, because we had learned all this stuff in separate parts. So we had learned how to set up and like a drum kit. So when Joshua came in to record, we had already been there for maybe an hour and a half, setting up and miking stuff, and then plugging it into the wall, and then from the wall you plug it into the patch bay, and then it plugs into the computer, so it goes straight into the computer.
I just love that she is really engaged and into something, and she's really enjoying it, and every Monday and Wednesday she's looking forward to coming here. She's clearly learned a lot of stuff that, you know, we could never have taught her. It's completely something she's independently interested in that has nothing to do with anything that I or her dad are into. You know, it's really her own thing, and I think it's going to be something that she progresses in. She seems interested in music in general and maybe pursuing that as a possible career. But even if she doesn't, it's definitely going to be an interest or a hobby, or but I just love that she loves it, and I think that it's really, the technical stuff aside and all of the things that she's learned about doing the engineering and working with the musicians and the equipment, I think that it's really boosted her confidence in herself as well, because she's really capable of doing, you know, something that she took on herself. I mean, she really motivates herself to come here and do this. She loves it.
Yeah. I don't know. if you already are, if you were already a musician, because before this I had already played music and I had already been through like the parts of the local music industry with the competitions that I had done and the people that had come and played at the restaurant. Like growing up, there was a lot of people who were just great musicians, and I think Anguilla has a very underrated music industry. But it's just something that's, if you're already into the music industry and you enjoy playing music, even if it's just one instrument, and you enjoy being on computers and are willing to, sit down and focus, yeah, it's fun. I like it.
So you think, like, if you're a musician, it's good to learn that other stuff, like
Yeah.
the back end of it?
And it's also, even if you don't want to like do mixing, as a musician, I think it's good to understand so that there's some form of like respect between both parties, so that you both, I think it would help like you understand the other person's time equally.
But probably as a musician, if you're doing your own gigs, it would be good to understand,
Then you could
the
set up your
soundboards and the
and then
engineering
you
and the
could set up
mixing,
your
right?
own. Yeah.
What do you think you're gonna do after this? What are you gonna do when you don't have to come to class twice a week?
I don't know.
Are you gonna come and knock on Darius's door and beg for stuff to do?
I would come back to work, I guess. But there are other things that like I would do intern stuff here, and if they so let me. I don't know.
And then after? What are you gonna do after? You think you might go to school for something like this?
I think that you get a very practical knowledge of the applications because we did classes in the studio, so we understand how that stuff works, and then we go back on the computers and we understand how that side works. Brain stopped working. Right. So I understand that there are probably going to be people who won't like work with you unless you have specific qualifications. Mm-hmm. So whether it would actually further your knowledge or not, I'm sure it would, and I'm sure it'd be a good experience. I think that this in-house studio experience is probably already very good. And I think that personally I've learned more from actually physically doing things than I would sitting down listening to lectures.
Yeah, but you might not be like that in college.
I probably will.
I'm sure it's a very practical thing. Like this type of.
Well, yeah, but like there's still like the know of the.
But you don't
industry.
know that. You don't know. You have to go to college to know what it's going to be like first.
Well, yeah, but they're still gonna explain things to you. You still have to, But I'm just saying that I think that there's more of a quality. There's more of a like in-person quality. It's better to learn in a studio than it would be.
Well, I bet it's a lot like that though if you go to school for something like this. I'm sure that's what you're doing.
Maybe it's like a side job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alright, well thank you very much, Darius. We have been very happy with the whole experience, and if you've got anything she can help with. As long as it's not more camera.